Hi guys, thank you for joining me again. And we got her done pretty much. I'm not gonna, this is just gonna sit on a shelf and look cute. I'm not gonna spend a lot of embellishments on it, you know that. Nah, okay, I'll just use the needle because I want to use ribbon to sew it, and that is not coming undone. We're just going to cut it on wasted thread again. That's apparently what I do. So I'm going to show you how my book drill works. How about that? And we're going to sew this together real quick, and I'm going to use ribbon. I think that'll be cool. And my book drill is right here, and we need a bigger that'll be big enough. We've got to use a bigger bit in it because the ribbon is bigger, I don't know if we need one that big. Let's see. I don't often use ribbon to sew together a journal, and I think it'll be fun. Let's see. And let's pull that through there and see. I think I could go one smaller. Let's see, is this one smaller? Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think it is a fraction smaller. And this one, is it smaller yet? I'm sorry, I could have done this before. This one will be just right. I think. We'll see. So you just pick out your bit and you just screw it on, okay? If you don't know about book drills, here we go. And I'll do a flip through when we're done. I did a lot of envelopes. I didn't get real creative in this. I don't know why. I just kept doing the same thing over and over. But they're pretty, And we are going to... Where's my little ruler? I thought here it is. And it's dirty, but that's okay. And this is 7 inches. And we are just going to come in 2. I'm going to move it in a little bit. Okay. And we're going to mark it at 2 inches. And 2 inches. Okay. And then we have to make sure we lay it down neatly, okay, so it doesn't scooch. And then you just, well, I didn't show you how this, this is held in the right place, so I'll show you in a minute what we're doing. Okay, so you just push down, and I didn't put a different cutting mat on this. And I don't want to move it. This does cut a bit of a circle in your cutting mat. So, but of course they're self-healing, but still I don't want to, I think repeatedly this would booger up a cutting mat. There. Okay. And that come out in the back a little bit, and that's just gonna have to be okay. So what's happening is, I'll try to hold this. You're pushing down, and this thing is turning, and it's literally drilling a hole in in the paper. And this one's big because I let me try to fix that. Because I'm using ribbon is why these holes look so big, and I think it'll be okay. This is, it got scooched and it's not quite in the center. There. As long as you keep going until you see the cutting mat. Let's see if that moved that over a little bit on that one. Ugh. That's okay. We're just going to have to say that's done. Oh, that got moved. That's why you couldn't see it. Okay, we're just going to have to say that's done, and I'll clean it up with washi if I have to. And this one, same thing. This is only my second time using it. I didn't want to use it on Hobby Hobbit's journal because I didn't want to try something new on, you know, I'd done a lot to that. I didn't want to like mess it up with trying something new that made a mess of things, you know. Because I almost used it when I redid it. I had to sew it together again. Okay, so 2 and 2. Now my lines, my dots are out, but I can see the fold. Okay, and again, this hole is making a bigger hole than really you would need. But I had the bright idea. And sometimes that gets full. And there was something I pushed through. Oh yeah, one of these that didn't. One of these somehow I got the end of it pushed off. And this worked to push all that out. See, it got full. It seems to get full and then it doesn't work as well. And where did the, okay. And then you just, tighten it and, okay. But actually this does work out neater than and all, I think, because all, you know, tear their way through, you know, they push through, and this gives you a clean edge. And I think it came with 5 bits, and it was like $5 on Temu. And they're called book drills. There. Okay. All right. All right. And now what I'm going to do for the spine is I'm going to put that in here. Okay. And I'm just going to center it. Just eyeball it. It's okay. And that'll be good. And then I'm just going to put a dot on the inside spine. And then that just gives me a ballpark. Like I said, there's no rule that wherever you put that dot is where you have to, you know, where you have to put the hole, you know. And then that. I'm wondering if I could just do one hole. That's an awful little spine. We're just going to do one hole. And I have put, and that's what I do in books. Since we're doing such a big, oh, okay, that went through. So there, see, isn't that neat? Since we're doing such a big hole, there's really not room in that spine to do 2. Okay. Okay, let's get her back together here. That's the writing board. We'll put that up in a minute. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me put that away. Let me put that away. Let me put that away. And I've rearranged my work area, and I think I like it. I'm getting ready to do a craft room tour, I think. And I encourage all my friends to do it too. And this is too much ribbon, but it's okay. You know, I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I wanted the black signature on top. I thought it looked more interesting on top. Okay. And I want the, I think I want the ribbon on the outside. And I don't know. I'll probably just go 2 times since I'm going through. 2 is prime too. And I'll probably just go 2 times through the signature. Because I'm putting 2 signatures through the same hole, and I'm using ribbon, which is thick, so I'll probably just do each signature 2 loops. And we're going to leave that much out there because I want to make a bow. I didn't take a minute to align this neatly. I'm making it work its way through. Of course, that goes twisted. Okay. I'm holding on to this ribbon. I didn't clip it or anything. The lady that did this artwork on this calendar, I found her on Facebook, and I messaged her, and I showed her the cover, and I'll show you in a minute. And I was like, I love your artwork, and I'm having fun with your calendar. And I told her I'd be bragging on her today in the video. And her page is amazing. She has like a whole page, and then they have they have challenges and stuff. Like, I don't know. They're artists, though. I'm not. I won't be doing any challenges. And just in case she didn't understand, well, that page has to come out. I was somehow bleeding. I don't see any blood anymore. Okay. That was just 1 drop of blood that came out of a poke. That's okay. It's a good thing I saw it. Instead of you all going, you got blood on it, and me not realizing it. That's very likely to happen too, you know. I think Hobby Hobbit's getting her journal today. But her mother, we need to be keeping her mother in our thoughts, okay? Our mom was struggling, so she's busy with that, bless her heart. And I told her I'd be sending lots of love. So send her love or prayers or whatever your superpower you claim, okay? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we went through the outside 1 time. So what we're going to do is, trying to get the needle, we're going to come up through the spine, but not the signature. And then that will give, I'm going to move that one out of the way so we don't get it tangled. Sometimes I cut through it and it's hard to get a hold of it. I am going slow enough on here that I don't want it to get hung up to where I have to like rip it through. You know, I don't want to rip anything. So I was measured in how I was pulling that through, even though it didn't look like it. I was like feeling the resistance to make sure it wasn't gonna get hung up and tear or something, you know, or that I wasn't gonna have to pull it too hard or tear it or something. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a second and put this one together. Make sure we can see everything. These are giant holes, so it won't be much to get this on track. See, that's all. But I was just doing that so I didn't have to. Sometimes when you're fishing for holes, you can scratch it up and make it ugly. Or your needle goes through something it doesn't need to. I'm pulling this out of frame, so. Okay. We're going to come through here. And that needs to be flipped in. Is something upside down? No, I guess I did that. Oh, I did that thinking this signature was going to be first. And then I changed my mind and put the black one in front. I did all of the envelopes mirror image in case I wanted to join them. I did sets of envelopes and I did them all a mirror image in case, I already said that, in case I wanted to join them. Or so then they'd be an evenly dispersed facing each direction if I just wanted to do them one at a time, you know. So I did them all like that. Alrighty. One more. We're going to pull this out of the way so we can get our needle in back here without going through the ribbon. I don't want to sew the ribbon, and then because then if I had to, I might not be able to pull it tight. I've done that with thread too. Went through the thread and then you can't pull it tight like you need to. So this is going to be 2 inside, and I don't know how many it is. It's enough outside. Okay, so I'm going to pull that like that. Okay. There. Alrighty. I'm okay with that. And then that will be 2 out here or in here. And I'm not going to pull it crazy taut. It's not going anywhere. It's really not. This thick ribbon is holding it in place well enough. And then we're going to come straight out. And I don't know why I don't see it. Sometimes you have to go through the spine. I mean the signature and then the spine. But I'm being careful not to booger it up every step of the way, because that gets ugly. Hobby Hobbits was looking a little crude. And I went through the ribbon. No, I did. I don't know if I did. Okay. Look at me acting like I know what I'm doing, and I don't. I did Christmas journals with curly ribbon one time, and I loved it. But I've really not done much ribbon work here. And I don't know why that got twisted, but that's okay. That's just what happened. I'm not going to fight it. Let's see how good these cut. Hey, they cut pretty good. These are those Timu ones that everybody loves. And look, there's little flowers on it. It says Smile Scissors. Aww, Smile Scissors. So cute. And I can't fix that, so that's what happened. I might fix it with a drop of hot glue or something. But that lady, her name is, I will find it and tell you. I found she has a Facebook page or group or something. I joined or followed or whatever. Let me see. I can find it in the messages because I sent her a message. Lori Siebert Studio is what it's called. And I adore her work. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Regina's been doing bows on her spine. And they look adorable. She's been doing it with wax thread. And I thought, well, why don't I do ribbon and do a big bow? And that is hard to pull, and that's okay. Whoops. So, Regina Practical Ideas and Tips. I say that backwards every time. She inspired me with her bows. And look what we did with the cover. I love, love, love it. Do you see? And then these flowers were in between them and spreading them out. So I just fussy cut all the flags or the banner pieces, and then I put some other banner pieces underneath, and then where it was awkward in between, like up here at the top and there at the top and down here, because I couldn't get this one underneath the L, I fixed it with the flowers. And then these birds were on the front too. Aren't they cute? And then I did fussy cut some of the doodly edge and the colors. Okay? And let's do a quick flip through. And then I've got two signatures. This is the inside cover. We did that together. This is some scrapbook paper. Oh yeah, and this I joined. Instead of using a piece to join them, what I did, these were 6-inch papers, and my signatures were 5 inches wide, so I scored them, and I wrapped them around, and then I only glued the top and bottom, and then made that a tuck. Okay? How about that? We did that a couple times. And then here's the vellum envelope, and then I had this paper from Temu, and I said it looked like little miniature ready to fold pages, because the pages, look, see, it looks like little miniature ready to fold pages. And they had this center seam, so then I just put that in there. I did have to trim the outer edge of it to get it to fit. And I didn't do any more to these vellum envelopes. It's going to look pretty on a shelf. I really don't feel a need to use a, ephemera. Here's that paper, and it did match, I thought. Here's this pink paper, and then I just made a flip, and then I rounded the corners. There's this pink grid. Wait till you see this together. Here's that mauve color, right? And look how pretty those look together. And that didn't stay glued. I think I probably should have. This paper is heavyweight, and it's not conforming as well as softer paper would. So, see, look how neat our holes are. See, those would be all boogered up if they were, if I just punched them through. I like the book drill. And then here again is mauve paper. Here is these envelopes, and then I put a heart on those. Did I glue that in there, or what happened? Yes, I did. What drag? Oh, huh. What happened? Well, I'll have to fix that because I glued that heart on and then stuck it in too soon with a drop of glue sprawling out. There, that doesn't look bad, does it? I'll just leave it sticking out. Bright pink. This is a bright pink envelope, and then I used some of those new papers I got. Here, this one didn't get glued in. Isn't that pretty? I love that white edge on there. Here's our mauve again. And isn't this pretty? See that? Maybe I shouldn't have used cardstock or heavyweight paper because it is not conforming. I've used that glue stick on other papers lots of times, and I just don't think it is enough for this. The paper bends and comes unstuck before it stays glued. Okay, so maybe a glue stick's not enough with this heavier weight paper. I put these pockets on here. I just cut that by hand. Isn't it pretty? On the mauve paper, I thought it looked well. And then this Love Begins With You. I thought that worked. And then Love. Those are Valentine, and those are from those might be from Botanical Gardens. And then that's pretty. And then here, see, you can see that tuck, and then I just put a little envelope, and then there's that, and then here, and then here. A lot of these I glued the top down instead of wrapping them around, because there's so many different kinds of pink, like it didn't match. There's that, and see that one too. I glued the top down to the page instead of wrapping it around, because in that it didn't match that pink. See what I'm saying? And then that's just a piece of scrapbook paper. Here's more of that. Here's more of that. These holes do look nicer. Here's that paper from Sissy, and then again I joined them. I just scored it and folded it over and then overlapped them. And then I put that on. And I couldn't decide which way I wanted it. If the roses were top and bottom or left and right. So I did one of each. More bright pink and rosy pink. And then more of this. There's the other half, and that's all the same. And then this is the second signature, and it's just like a mirror image of the first signature. And there's another one of those little envelopes in that tuck. Because, see, I folded that over an inch. And there was a piece of pink that got stuck down in there. And then I folded that over an inch. So it's big enough to be a tuck like that. Okay? And then our writing board. I used the other pink paper. And then I trimmed down that Follow Your Heart cover of the notepad. Or that notebook. And then that goes in there. And then there she is. Isn't she pretty? I love her. I love her. That's going to look gorgeous on the shelf, isn't it? And I will link Miss Lori Siebert. I will link her studio. Facebook page or group or whatever. Okay? So, thanks so much. It's been a fun day, and I really love her. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for joining me. Love you. Bye.